Keep working real hard. Keep punching that cord. Shift work, shift work, shift work, shift work. No future, no hope at the end of our road. Shift work, shift work, shift work, shift work podcast. Shift work, shift work, shift work, shift work podcast.
Hey, welcome back to Shift Work Podcast, everybody. My name is Mason.
My name's Garrett.
And I'm Trey.
We're back here today with episode 9, getting pretty close to the double digits. Only took nearly 6 months, 180
Jesus
days.
Christ.
Whatever, no big deal.
When was the first one? Early January, right?
I don't know if it was early. It might have. I'd have to look up the date. For some reason, the day January 20th is the one that sticks out in my mind. But I don't know what the actual day was. I'll have to go and look.
Mid-January. Dude, I have it right here.
Mid-January.
I'll fucking give it to you right now. Simply look at the IG first post.
Definitely had some.
January 5th.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it was
Nice.
early.
Still can't afford the stock photo.
Nice.
No, and if we could, it would probably not be too on brand. I feel like maybe we're more in the territory of I spend 8 hours in Illustrator or Photoshop and trying to come up with something.
Speaking of on brand, I know many of y'all have been waiting on pins and needles. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned a job interview. Good news, your boy's still a shithead. Didn't get the job.
Can we get some applause in the background?
Thank you.
Some sad applause.
Thank you.
It
You're
happens
stuck with me, fuckers.
But Garrett's journey is not over, and he will find a great job.
I'll see you in hell.
Well,
You'll be delivering my packages.
fuck no. If it's, I don't know. There's such a misery with chain delivery jobs.
The devil's fleshlight.
But it was funny when I worked for Amazon and I would run across like the UPS or FedEx people. FedEx seemed about just as bummed out, but I'm like, they'd probably make a little bit more money. And the UPS people, always in a good mood. I know they make quite a bit of money, once you have some tenure. So if I absolutely had to go back to a chain delivery job like that, I think I would go UPS.
I have a friend who just moved here from LA, and he's a mailman. Seems pretty content with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I didn't even think about USPS.
Hey, Bumble.
I applied for a delivery job assistant for UPS back around Christmas time, when they hire like extra hands because
Yeah.
they have so much. And this was like back in high school, and I didn't get the job.
I actually remember you
like,
applying for
what?
that. Yeah, that's...
There's 2 jobs I have not gotten that kind of blew me away. One, again, I was in high school, and I applied to like work at Walmart, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And then another one was, delivery assistant for UPS. And I was like, how the fuck am I not qualified for that?
How do you get not accepted by Walmart?
See, this is kind of...
I think I was like too qualified or
Yeah.
educated.
I
Nah,
think
you'd ask
what
too
they
many
were
questions.
looking for.
I think that's what it is, because I was listening to Josh Potter's show, the comedian, great show if y'all ever want to check it out. But he was talking about how right when he moved to LA to like do comedy, he was looking for just whatever job he could get, and he had an interview at Lids and they didn't call him back. And he was losing his mind. He's like, I worked in radio for X amount of years. I have all this experience. I'm like in my 30s. I have a decent resume. Why can't I even get a job at... and Target was the other one. He got denied from Target. He's like, how can I not be a fucking cashier? And somewhere along the line, someone told him, like, hey, you gotta dumb your resume down just because he had too much under his belt.
He had
and
more
they're...
shit than the manager had.
maybe not even necessarily that, but like... they're going to look at it as, oh, this guy's going to leave here pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Oh, fuck you.
I'm trying to think of if there's been any jobs I interviewed for and didn't get. The only thing that comes to mind was, I honestly don't even know what the fuck the job was for, but it was something in the oil field, and it was a low-level position. I didn't need what is the card? The TWIC? Is that the oil field card? The TWIC? Either way, I went to go interview, and I made the mistake of wearing, like, skinny jeans and a flannel, and I just go to this fucking oil rig site and go in a trailer, and I was supposed to have an interview, and he's like, "Oh, you're Mason?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll call you back for an interview." And I was like, "Oh, I'm not getting this one." I wish I knew what the actual position was, because I remember my cousin telling me about it, in like just briefly, and it made zero fucking sense to me. And he was just like, "Email your resume, into this email." Not the best move, but it's
Your
fine.
Swamp Town Plowboy cousin?
Oh no, absolutely not. I'm pretty sure he's in jail, and I haven't seen him since I was 11, which is great.
I wish we still had like a screenshot of one of his like Facebook posts or like a text message that signed Swamp Town Plowboy to everything he wrote.
I'm pretty sure I could just like ask my mom for her Facebook login to see all his shit, because he still is the same Facebook. But the thing was, he would text photos to like the Facebook RSS feed with the caption, and then it would post, like how you used to be able to do that with Twitter when you'd like flip phones and whatnot. But he did it well into like 2016, and I couldn't believe they even still had that feature. But he would have, you remember how you could have a tag at the end of your text, like every text you sent?
Like a signature.
So it would show up on all his photos, because it would be like Swamp Town Plowboy, like, "We ride on 52s," and I have to get some photos to put on the video for this. His
you
big
need to do some
thing
digging for
was
that.
he would buy these dog shit trucks for like $1,000, and he would put legitimately like John Deere tractor tires on them and drive them around town, and then his whole Facebook feed would be people trying to tow, like, "Hey, can anybody tow me? Can anybody pick me up?" And I wish I could remember the rest of his tags. He had like 5. It was almost like it came in seasons when he would decide to change it. But Swamp Town Plowboy was the funniest one. My absolute favorite post of his is it says like redneck acrobat or like cowboy Olympics or some shit, and he's like flying around an actual horse, like it's a pommel horse, but he's like upside down doing this like handstand kind of cartwheel thing. You can't even tell what he's doing. It's pretty impressive, honestly, but it's some true redneck shit. But my cousin went to jail for a while for some pretty racist shit, and he's awful. So
Swamp Town Plowboy, was that in reference to like plowing fields or plowing through puss?
I would go fields.
Yeah, instead of
He raised
cowboy,
horses.
it's a plowboy.
Or maybe Playboy. Maybe a Playboy and cowboy fused, talking about the tractors at home.
I don't know, man. Maybe.
Either way, we'll do some deep diving. Honestly, I'm kind of upset I didn't think about this earlier. I could have gotten my mom's Facebook login, and we could be live scrolling through Swamp Town Plowboy. That would actually probably be a great thing to do in the future.
He's in jail, right?
At least he was. I haven't asked about him in like a year or two.
All right, yeah, we'll roast the shit out of him.
Even if he's not, dude, I maybe I could get his phone number and we could just talk shit. I have no connection to him whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
It's a tall and very skinny family tree that creates someone like that.
I will say that side of my family has not done very well. A lot of alcoholism, and you know what? I shouldn't get into it, but let's say strange Southern choices. I'll leave it at that. How was your week, Trey?
Dude, my week, it was all right. I worked until Thursday. I had Friday and Monday off, which was baller. And myself and my girlfriend joined up with my girlfriend's family in D.C., Washington, D.C. And my girlfriend's sister, Maddie, graduated with her master's in like terrorism or some shit like that.
Excuse me?
Yeah, so she...
She gonna be a terrorist?
No. Anti-terrorism, I guess. So she...
Some would say that is
she
a form
learns,
of terrorism.
Arabic and has taken a bunch of classes and shit through Georgetown University to learn all about fucking anything and everything terrorism, and will hopefully go on to combat it.
You should put her on Hide Your Head Records. ISIS is a great band.
R.I.P.
No, but DC was dope. I've been there, a handful of times. I enjoy it every time.
You buy any shoes? Rob Deerdeck?
No. Apparently weed is legal in DC, and although I smelt it everywhere, I could never find like a dispensary or anywhere to buy it. I didn't go looking that hard, but it was fun. I like seeing all the national monuments and memorials and whatnot. It's really cool. A lot of walking, but I enjoy that.
DC's at the top of my list of places to not the top, but pretty close to the U.S. places to visit.
I wished a lot of people could have the opportunity to go and see it, and it's a great city to just get around. Like we scootered once, but honestly, you can walk a lot of places around the National Mall, and then taking the metro in and around like the greater DC area is pretty easy too.
Isn't it really expensive?
Yeah, cost of
like
living
I've heard
there is
that.
very expensive. Yeah, no
See,
doubt.
I don't know why DC's always been like, when people are like, oh, I'm going to DC. I was always kind of about it, but I think that might stem from when I was a kid. I went to a really small elementary and middle school, and the Mennonites. With the Mennonites. Oh, they had all dropped out by this point. They don't like their kids to get above literally a 5th or 6th grade education. It's very sad. And so, beginning of the year, we do a trip to Big Bend. A whole 8th grade class goes, which sounds insane, but there were fucking, 12, 15 of us, something like that. One of the most fun times of my life. Big Bend is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I like Big Bend.
Maybe do a Big Bend shift work trip when we hit like 50 or something. Either way. So we go to Big Bend, and then the whole thing was at the end of the year, everybody goes to DC. And you like do fundraisers all year, whatever. And my parents were like, oh, don't do the fundraiser. Well, like you can just pay for it yourself or whatever. And I couldn't get a job. I'm like 13. So I'd do chores, whatever. And so I just kept begging my parents, like, hey, can I go? I remember it like wasn't that much money. And then my parents at one point were like, absolutely not. You can't go. It's a waste of money. And when you're that young, you get fear of missing out. 10 times what you do in any other part of your life. And even though I was upset about it, I found out that if I didn't go, I had to go to school that week, which made it 1,000 times worse.
The only kid at school.
It was me
with the Mennonites.
It was me and Bradley Ellis, which they wouldn't let him go because of bad behavior. Fun fact, I'll try and find the article for Garrett. He stabbed his grandmother like a month or so ago in Corpus and is in prison now. And I think he might have killed somebody. I can't quite remember. But my parents' big reasoning for me not going was, I still get mad about this. When I was a kid, my sister's 8th grade trip, which, do the math on how much more expensive this would be, was to go to Hawaii. Arguably, 1,000 times better trip, a lot more money. My parents had even less money then. And I got pneumonia, and my parents were so paranoid and didn't want even like just one parent to go on the trip. So because I was sick, they both stayed, canceled my sister's trip, and then were like, you can't go because your sister didn't get to go. Mind you, my sister's 10 years older than me. And
did you ever get her a ticket back to Hawaii?
I did not. I got very upset, and I did not actually, but I pretended to kick my mom. And my parents punished me accordingly. I was pretty upset about it at the time, but looking back, I was a little shit. Shouldn't have done it. You don't pretend to kick your mom. Come on.
I almost died twice at Big Ben.
Ooh. Are you in the Devil's Dick Canyon or whatever? What is that little thing called? That little crack? It's called the Devil's something.
Devil's Bend, maybe?
Oh,
Devil's
okay.
River?
Oh, Devil's
Devil's
Dick is
River?
that number 12 looks like you.
Oh, yeah. No, we went to camp there over a spring break when was I a freshman in high school? Like 8th grader or freshman, I think. And later that summer, we were going to New Mexico to backpack for like 2 weeks at this giant ranch called Philmont.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like a longer and crazier backpacking trip. So we went to Big Bend initially to like prepare for that pretty much. You know,
Oh,
like
nice.
practice rehearsal.
Yeah.
So we did like 4 or 5 days at Big Bend, and Big Bend is what's known as like primitive camping. There's like no running water in the backcountry, so you're hauling everything in, and you can't necessarily rely on like a spring or a creek because they may not be there or may be dried up. So we had a shit ton of weight on our back to include all the water. Well, we didn't account for there being less sunlight in between the mountains, like when you're camping in one of the valley spots, and it got way fucking colder than we ever thought it would. And one night I had like shake packs that chemically like
Shake and
warm
bake?
up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I had one of those in each of my socks and one in each of my pockets, and I'm like fully clothed in my sleeping bag. My sleeping bag's rated for 32 degrees. And I looked at the fucking thermometer when I woke up in the morning after getting maybe 30 minutes of sleep because I just couldn't sleep, and it was fucking below zero. And all of our water is just frozen, and the inside of my tent there's like ice from my breath that like froze on the inside. There's fucking ice on my eyebrows. The shake packs that are chemically supposed to be warm were like frozen solid.
Oh. That is a type of nature that I do not need to experience. What month was that in again?
This was in mid-March, I believe.
Oh, Jesus.
There's something about unexpectedly being cold that just hits.
It sucked.
It fucking sucks. Once when I was in New York City with my then girlfriend, we booked this little night thing where you get on a boat for like 2 hours and they take you around and like show you the the skylines and
Boat tour.
give you alcohol and all that stuff.
Nice.
And it was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and we were on the boat for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and she didn't bring any sort of jacket with her.
Oh, no.
And it was like
I know who got cold then.
late September. She got like ill from like the boat moving and just shivering, being cold, and like drinking. And once we got off that, we went and got some Criff dogs, fucking bacon wrapped hot dogs with like eggs and
Ooh.
shit.
Jesus.
As I like to say, when it's cold outside and I'm at a bar and people complain or want to go inside or go home, I say you drink the cold away. It is the one thing you can consume that will truly make you not give a shit about the cold.
Yeah. I can't really attest it.
I remember,
Protest that.
Garrett, you were probably with me. This is when we were going to tons of shows, so it all kind of runs together. But there was one night, it was cold as fuck, and my body was fine. I had like 7 layers on. It was like 35, 40 degrees, but my hands were cold as shit, and we wandered into Cheer Up Charlie's, and I'm like looking at the specials, and then I looked to the right, and they got the little chalkboard, and they had a hot alcoholic beverages menu, and I was like, ooh. And those sneak up on you because a lot of the time you can't taste the booze, especially if it's like an apple cider with like spiced rum or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh, I'll keep warming up. And then next thing you know, like you're already drunk and you accidentally have, 3 boozy coffees or something. It's a good time.
That hot spiced wine with the extra shot of rum is what made me miss my flight back to the U.S. in Vienna.
It's
That's
such a
because it
wild
was
ass
like
drink.
fucking 30 degrees and like misting all night. Soaking wet, cold.
Oh, you know what that is?
Word.
Nope. Citizen app.
Oh,
Oh,
what's
God.
happening?
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, damn it. It's super lame. It's just the COVID statistics. It's okay.
Boo.
Let's see what we got. Top 2.
You guys, COVID's
Oh,
not real anymore.
These are fucking lame. Carbon monoxide leaking in building and Jeep stolen.
Do you
Usually
think they're
it's
connected?
Dude, I took a screenshot of one the other day and it said 20 people fighting on South Congress Bridge. And I was like,
It's a specific number.
Oh my
I just
God.
imagine someone calling 911. They're like, how many people are fighting? They're like 20.
20 people. You gotta get here.
If y'all don't have the Citizen app, I'm not sure exactly how like widespread it is to every city. I know it's in major cities, but it both will make you a little nervous to go outside and, you know, go get food at 1 a.m. and amuse you when you're sitting on your couch. I am blown away by the amount of reports of people with machetes. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. Like 5-6 times a day, someone with a machete is getting called on 911. Oh, look, literally right here, 12 hours ago, man armed with machete.
Are they Hutus or Tutsis?
Ay.
I don't. That sounds bad. I'm not gonna comment. Report of man armed with gun breaking into truck at Burger King.
Which Burger King?
MLK 183.
Oh, that's pretty far away.
Yeah, gunshots, person stabbed, man shot. You know, report of man armed with stick assaulting another man on Nile.
In Corpus?
No, in Austin.
Is
They
it
don't have it
Nile
in
in
Corpus.
Corpus?
Just imagine it's such a crazy report. Gold Ford F-150 stolen. Black Ford F-150 stolen. They're getting real descriptive with the vehicles. Before it would just say, like, you know, people breaking into Tesla. Maybe that's a new thing on Citizen where they're saying what type of vehicles.
I mean, it would help.
A lot of gas odor. A fuckload of trash fires.
How does someone... Oh, we'll go figure. How does someone break into a Tesla? Unless
The
you're
Rock.
on fucking drugs. That's got to be like the last vehicle someone should try and break into. The thing's a fucking living computer.
If you have the COVID vaccine, you just put your wrist up to it and it unlocks it.
Thanks, Bill Gates.
Thanks, Bill Gates. Man, just because Bill Gates and his wife got divorced recently, I just keep seeing photos of him, and he looks way worse than I remembered. I guess I just
He's
haven't
getting
seen a
up there.
photo
He's
of him in
looked-
a while.
That way, minus the aging.
Oh, I know, but like he's just gaining tons of weight. And I always see Bill Gates as like a shrimpy guy in my mind.
It's the anti-Bezos.
He's
in
a
terms
shrimp,
of
dude.
getting shredded. The more like wealthier
Yeah.
you get.
I mean, when you have that much money and like it doesn't even matter what you look like, it's got to be kind of hard to keep the weight off when you could, you know, eat $400 steaks every night.
A lot of the smart people, though, like, those aren't just the wealthy. Those are, like, the brainiacs. They're like a fucking robot.
Yeah.
Like, Jack Dorsey, the dude, and...
The Twitter dude.
Yeah, say what you want about him and fucking Twitter and some of their shit, but
I don't even know who that is.
he only eats, like, 1 meal a day and just, like, works.
Hey, me
like,
too.
The whole fucking day, and then maybe sleeps a couple hours. Like, he's like a robot, which isn't healthy in itself, but... A lot of these cats fucking like fast just because they work so much, and it's just easier for them to eat like one big meal, and that's it.
That's why I do it.
I used to be able to do that, and now that I've started eating better, it fucks me up. Like
Eating better or fasting?
the fasting, like if I don't I never eat breakfast, and you know, I'll snack at night occasionally, but by like this, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Who gives a fuck? By like noon, 2 p.m., if I don't eat sometimes, like I just start feeling like shit. And then this right after I eat, literally just something small, just a handful of food, totally fine.
Yeah. Let's talk about something else. I don't give a fuck.
That's what I already started. I gotta finish.
You have to finish, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
They get upset when you don't finish.
I don't know. Nobody's written in. I guess we'll have to see. This would be a great time to welcome you to the new Shift Work Game Show. This is the Shift Work Death Match. All right, everybody. I've been wanting to do a game show for a very long time, and I think this is the perfect opportunity. This is the Shift Work Death Match. Let me explain the rules. There are rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have a round 5 is a tiebreaker. Our two contestants will be Garrett, motherfucking Cox.
Hey, I'm Garrett. I'm 27. I live in Austin, Texas. Sup?
And Trey, motherfucking Weber.
I didn't come here and I ain't leaving.
Do y'all have any words to say to each other before I explain the rules and we get into the game? Any kind of face-to-face
Ladies first, Garrett.
pre-match? Beef.
Yo, I'm about to smoke your asshole, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna tie you up to a bedpost.
Hey, don't. We might get copyrighted.
Keep feeding you.
All right. I'm
Feeding
sure a
ya.
lot of y'all are wondering what this game is. It is the Shift Work Deathmatch. Here's how it goes. Now, each round is going to have 5 questions. Each question has 3 metal bands. 2 are real. 1 is fake. They have to... Sorry. They have to identify the fake one. If you do, you get a point. So each round, you get 5 questions, then we hand it off to the other person. Are y'all ready? Who would like to go first? Are we doing a coin toss or something?
Do I keep score?
I'll keep score.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. Here we
2
go.
out of 3?
No, just one.
No, 2 out of 3.
Okay,
Always
hang
2
on.
out of 3.
It goes rock,
1, 2, 3, shoot.
paper, scissors.
One,
Shoot.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll edit this out.
All right. No, let us fucking go over how slow it is for me to get rock,
All right.
paper, scissors down.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, round 1 to Garrett. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, round 2 to Garrett. Looks like he's going first. Now, I will preface,
Fucking
Garrett knows a
rigged.
lot of metal bands, so I made sure to not use a single one that I even know a track from. And all right, Garrett, are you ready for your first round?
I'm ready, Pop.
All right, 3 bands. Nocturnus Mortis, Pussy of War, and Belated Sanctum. Which one is the fake band? I can repeat.
Should there be a time limit?
No.
I mean, 2 obviously is the goofy sounding one. I gotta go 2, I guess. But I know I'm wrong.
False. Belated
3.
Sanctum.
The goofy
I
one's
knew it was
always a
3.
band name.
All right, question number 2. You've Ashtray Gunfight, Flex Bison, and Broadsword.
Flex Bison.
Ashtray Gunfight.
It's a stupid answer.
Dude, I know their drummer.
I came up with it. All right, question number 3. You have Penis Force Commando, Grass-Fed Autopsy, and Thought. T-H-O-T.
Thought.
Actually, I'm not going to make a noise so I can put one in. Grass-Fed Autopsy.
I know their drummer.
All right, question.
Wait.
What's
Grass-fed autopsy. That's the fake one.
I came up with it, yeah.
Save that.
Yeah, I got them all.
Write
Okay.
that down for later.
All right, we got question number 4.
It's gonna be real big with the vegans.
Prima Donna, Blackened Nightshade Serum, and Green Skull.
Green Skull.
Blackened Nightshade Serum. All right,
Is that
question
0 and 3?
0 and 4. Question number 5. Till Death Do Us Part, Shut Bloody, and Fucked on the Freeway. These are all awful names.
You know what? Tesla's fucked on the freeway is a real possibility.
Don't be like that.
That's on the internet.
Let him answer.
The second one.
Nope. Fucked on the freeway. All right, Trey, let's see if you do any fucking better, pussy. All right, question number 1. Treebeard Death Sap, Diabolical Full Moon, Jesus People of Doom.
Can you repeat them again?
Treebeard Death Sap, Diabolical Full Moon, Jesus People of Doom.
Treebeard's fake.
You got it right.
Yeah! So automatically win.
No, absolutely not. I've
All right.
got a lot of questions. All right, Exsanguation, Lacerated Mysticism, and Raw Dog.
Can you spell the first one?
EXSANGUIATION. Exsanguation.
Fake.
Wrong. Lacerated mysticism.
That's not bad either, though.
Yeah,
Put that next one to vegan, whatever it was.
I've listened to metal
grass-fed-
for a long time.
Grass-fed meathead.
All right, this one has my favorite name out of all of these.
Okay.
You have Count Dirt Bagulous, Hacksaw Gutfuck, and Pseudo Seed.
What was the first one again?
Count Dirt Bagulous,
And the second one?
Hacksaw Gutfuck.
First one's fake.
Nope, Hacksaw Gutfuck.
Dude, I totally would have thought that had been a fucking band name somewhere.
We gotta look up Count Dirt Bagulous after. I'll put some on here because there's no way we'd get copyrighted for
quick
Count
fuck-
Dirt Bagulous.
Quick fucking sample.
All right, you have Drained Life Force, Central Power, Shit Eaten by Fucker.
The third one, they're just trying too hard. What was the first one?
Drained Life Force.
Second one's fake.
Wrong. Drained Life Force is fake. All right, last question for this round. Trey has 1 point. You have Tyrannosaurus Sex, Blood, Sweat, and Beer, Blood, Sweat, and Fear.
Third one's fake.
You got it. Trey has 2 points. All right, round 3. Going back to Garrett. Still anybody's game. You have Fetus Metalis, Glioblastoma, and Slithered Heavily Like Snakes.
Give me the first one.
Fetus Metalis, Glioblastoma, Slithered Heavily Like Snakes.
Fetus Metalis.
You got it. Garrett's got his first point on the board. Still anybody's game.
Good job.
All right, question 2. Vitrectomy, vomitory, vasectomy nil.
Let me hear the first one again.
Vitrectomy.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
The answer is vasectomy nil. All right. Question number 3. You have right to forget, everybody dies, I hate myself tonight. Two of these are real.
Oh shit. What's the first one again?
Right to forget, like WRITE. And then everybody dies, it's every space body. And then I hate myself tonight.
I hate myself tonight.
You got it. 2-2.
Damn. That first one sounded like a fucking emo song name from like middle school days.
I saw those first two close together and I thought they were so fucking stupid. I was like, I'm just going to come up with one equally as stupid. All right. Question number 4. You have Goat Witch, Dixie Devil, and Whore of the Underworld.
Ooh. Didn't you date one of those?
A couple. They're all very nice.
Hey, that's my ex-wife you're talking about.
Dixie Devil.
That was her name, Dixie Devil. Yeah, let's go with Dixie Devil.
You got it. 3-2.
Oh,
Garrett's in the lead
shit.
now.
I practically-
Sneaking up.
I gave him that
Let's
one.
go. All right. Question number 5. This is a tough one. The intercurral rigor mortis, bedlam of incurable disease, and idiopathic necrotization.
Let me hear the first one again.
The intercurral rigor mortis.
Let's go with the third one.
Idiopathic necrotization. That's your answer?
Yeah.
All right, that is incorrect. We're on to round 4. The score is 3-2. We have Garrett motherfucking Cox in the lead. Trey, are you ready for your first question?
Born ready.
All right, you got Sheogorath, Mesophilio Impalement. I'm sorry, I read it wrong. Impalement, and Junkie. The Junkie is an umlaut.
Junkie.
Can you repeat them, please?
You have God, I really just both picked and came up with very hard things to say. Sheogorath, Mesophilio Impalement, and Junkie.
Second one's fake.
You got it. Scores 3-3.
Fuck yeah!
All right, question number 2. You have Flaming Cranium, Worm Husk, and Nithe.
First one's fake.
Damn, you got it. 4-3. All right, on to question number 3.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Hey, you're not playing against me. Jesus Christ. All right, question number 3. Plastic Surgery Execution, The Diarrhea of Anne Frank, and 50 Caliber Facial Fracture.
50 cal's fake.
Wrong. Score is still 4-3. Trey's in the lead.
Which one was fucking fake?
Plastic Surgery Execution.
So someone named a band Diarrhea of Anne Frank.
Yes, it is the most offensive album cover I've ever seen in my life. I can't find the actual music anywhere, though.
Can we get them canceled?
I don't think you have to try whatsoever. All right, question number 4. You have Lucid Fear, Necromunchies, and Sicken Abrogation.
Repeat them again, please.
You have Lucid Fear, Necromunchies, and Sicken Abrogation.
What does abrogation mean?
Don't worry about it. You just gotta know which one's real, which one's fake.
First one's fake.
Wrong. Necromunchies. Went down looking on that one.
Another one should be a name.
All right, this is a tough one. You have Steel Rider, Steel Emblem, and Steel Blood.
I feel like I'm disadvantaged because I have 3 steals.
I did one of these at Trey too.
Emblem, Rider, and Blood.
Yes.
Steel Rider's fake.
Wrong. It's Steel Blood.
Fuck.
All right. It's
What's
4-3. Trey is up by 1. So, what I'm gonna do? Let's see how we can still use this tiebreaker.
Let's go into a shootout.
Okay, so there's 5 questions left. I'm gonna do Garrett, Trey, Garrett. I think that's an equal opportunity. Then Garrett has 3 more questions. Trey has 2.
So he better hold on to his lead to prove it. Let's go. Rapid fire.
All right, I'm at the mercy of Mason.
Or I could come up with one more right now and y'all each get 3 more questions.
Nah, just do it. Let's go.
Oh, actually,
I'm fucking cocky.
y'all want to make it? No, we'll just do it this way.
Let's make it gay.
All right, Garrett, you get the first one. You have Disease Machine, Highway Blowout Suicide, and Tralador.
Tralador.
Wrong. Highway Blowout Suicide. Trey, you have Bloody Lifeless Castle, Bloody Dead Eyes, and Bloody Pussy Guts.
This is my nickname in high school. The castle one's fake.
No, Bloody Dead Eyes.
Oh,
Believe it,
man.
Bloody Pussy Guts is real.
I know the drummer.
All right, Garrett.
I am the drummer.
Garrett, you got this. Just think real hard. You got... Jesus Christ, some of these are insane. You have Necro Cannibal Ass Grinder, Pulverized Necro Brain, and Harley Necro Cult.
Let me hear the first one again.
Necro Cannibal Ass Grinder, Pulverized Necro Brain, and Harley Necro Cult.
Pulverize.
It's Harley Necro Cult. All right. One more for Trey, one more for Garrett. Maybe we can tie it up. All right, Trey. You have Dead Duck, Dead Life, and Dead Joker. 2 of these are real.
I'm going to have to go with my gut on this one. Earlier today, George Hunt sent me a picture of a blue duck referencing Lonesome Dove. And then we went on to talking about the duck that's on Courage Cowardly Dog. And so given that I've discussed ducks today, I'm going to have to go with the one that has duck in it.
It's wrong. It's fuck. It's Dead Life. All right, Garrett. You can tie it up. You can tie it up right here, and then I gotta find a way for y'all to duke it out. You have Funeral Stone, Funeral Elegy, and Funeral Party.
Elegy.
That's wrong. The answer is Funeral Stone.
I was leaning towards Elegy.
That was my first guess.
We have a winner, folks. The winner is Weldon Lee Weber the third. We will be back with more games in the future. I would like to play at some point, so y'all might have to come up with some ideas.
Soggy Biscuit.
Now, Trey, you know, it's shift work. We don't, leave any stone unturned, any funeral stone unturned, and we give gifts where they are due. So I will be handing you this pack of used whippets.
Used?
Yeah, I think they're all done.
They're all charged. Make excellent butt plugs.
What do you have to say, bro?
What do you have to say, man? Come on, yeah. What are you feeling? Give
I'm
us a
sad
victory
that
speech.
Someone had this many whippets.
Wasn't me. I know it sounds like it wasn't
me.
It wasn't me. Oh, I took 2. The first time in years, it wasn't the same.
You know, from someone who numbs their butt as a drug, I think this game was greatly fielded. Good job.
Thank you.
Great questions. I'd like to thank Mason for showing me metal music in high school and enhancing my dome for the vernacular of the metal world.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
You'll get him next time, Garrett. You and Mason will play next time.
No, you
then,
have to play next time.
No.
No,
Look,
he play. Mason plays winner.
No. Here's what happens.
Yeah.
Mason plays winner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you and Mason should play, and then the winner of that plays me.
I mean, we could do that, but the problem with that is you will have to come up with all of these. I can show you how I did it.
No, we'll do country bands next time.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I'll pick a genre.
Actually,
and then you and Garrett fight to the death, and then that winner and me will combine for the championship.
The reason I picked metal bands is just because they tend to have the dumbest names. Like, when metal band names are bad, it's not like, oh, that sucks. It's like, what the fuck is that? I would like to re-mention some of my favorites. Penis Force Commando is a band that I've plugged for a long time. Like, grind band. Let's see. Oh my god, Shut Bloody. So awful. Count Dirtbagulous, I guess you should say. Fantastic. I cannot believe that Shit Eaten by Fucker is a real band name.
I do.
I think glioblastoma is a
why I'm
10
the
out
winner.
of 10 name because it is blast in it, and it's probably a medical term.
Should be only blast beats played by the drummer.
I think I didn't get enough credit on coming up with the name I Hate Myself Tonight. Also,
I laughed really hard.
Dude, I got some good ones in here. Fucking Mesophelio Impalement, come on. Necro Munchies. I can't believe that one flew right by you, Trey.
That should have been taken, dude.
See,
that should be a band name right now.
See, what I did was I tried to weigh it where, like, when I found one with a really stupid name that sounded fake, then I would come up with one that was, like, believable so that later I could come up with one crazy and there would be one believable. It's just a normal band name. That was my logic.
There's no logic in what you did, Mason.
I straight up was just hitting random band on Encyclopedia Metallum. Shout out. Maybe I should make a Shiftwork page on there. I wonder if we'd get taken down. It'd be funny. But, yeah. Congratulations, Trey. I think we should play more games in the future. On the solo episodes, maybe do some with guests. I think that'd be great. Do some trivia in the future.
Soggy biscuit, soggy cracker,
Trey,
soggy muffin.
I know that you only played games during fraternity hazing, but don't bring that shit in here.
I'd beat y'all.
Did y'all do the thing where you put the pickle in your butt and you walk across the locker room, and when it falls out, you gotta take a bite?
No.
Is that from a movie? Where am I getting that from?
On Blue Mountain State, the football team did
is
that with
that
the
what it is?
Oreo.
Oh.
They were wearing jock straps, and they had to clench an Oreo between their butt cheeks and then run across the football field, and the loser had to eat the Oreo.
God.
That's some grade A team building right there.
You know,
I will say I did like that show. I haven't seen it in so long. I wonder if it holds up.
it
It's literally
does.
been like 10 years since
it
I've
does
seen
hold up because it was so stupid. I've seen it within like the last year, just a couple episodes, and it made me want to go back and watch it. I have yet to, but
The only thing I truly remember from that show is them doing the oil changes for drug tests, strictly because that sounds like the most painful thing you could ever endure, especially not done by a medical professional. And the mascot guy talking about slow blowjobs.
slow blows. Yeah, I'm telling you, that show, it's worth it if you have nothing to watch right now to go back and reference it.
Never seen it.
The movies they made sucked, but it's pretty funny.
It's one of those things where Trey was like, you gotta watch this, and from afar I was like, man, I don't know. And then I watched like 2 of them. I was like, okay, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would hold up now. I mean, I got Trey into Skins for a minute, but I always got mad because Trey watched the worst seasons. Because you just happened to be at my house when we watched The Last Generation, like the last group of people in Skins. With like that redheaded guy. I think his name was like Aldo or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like the metalhead kid and Grace, like the ballerina. And Trey got super into it, and I was like, dude, then you gotta watch the seasons before. They're even better. And Trey was like, nah, man, like this is where it's at.
What was that crazy guy's name?
Crazy guy.
Yeah, the one who went through all the shit.
In the first generation?
Yeah.
Oh, Sid?
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've seen it.
We should rewatch Skins.
Sid the Sloth.
Sid the Sloth.
Effie.
Oh, Effie.
We should do a Where Are They Now? But it's people from fucking Corpus Christi.
I think we'd get in trouble. It'd probably be popular. Hey, email us if you're fine with us trashing our own reputations too. Oh, well, why am I assuming it's going to be bad? I guess that could be a positive
Have you
thing.
checked the email lately? I don't think, dude, it'd just be so much faster for someone to fucking DM us on Instagram.
That's true. I do have an email to read that I forgot about the past few episodes.
God.
Let's see what we got.
That's why Mason doesn't do media.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You wanna edit the audio, Trey?
Yeah, you're the audio guy, not the media guy.
All right, everybody. I got an email from a dear friend of the show, George Hunt. Said, "Hey guys, longtime fan. Followed y'all since before the podcast started.
Damn.
Love the show. On the 3rd episode, y'all asked if we thought pineapple on pizza was the schmoove or not. As someone who has worked in the pizza industry for 2 years, is every position under that roof other than a manager or the guy that cleans out the soda machines, I can say with certainty that pineapple does belong. What that oven does to those pineapple chunks to make them taste that magical is between the pineapple and the oven, but that shit do be tasting better than cold pineapple. I have a question for y'all. Of the jobs you've worked, which ones were the most forgiving and least forgiving for new employees, and why? This could be anything from management, demand, and just general workplace culture. Love, XXII, Kill a Beast Ponage."
Thanks
I
for
love
that
you,
email.
George.
George, don't gaff.
George does not give a fuck. That is very true.
I'd say the job with the most leeway. Does it count if my mom was technically my boss?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll count it.
Yeah, I was like 20. Actually, I was 18, 19. I worked in my mom's office, just running around delivering documents, depositing fucking checks, shit like that. And my friend Adrian and I, we had the same job. And we just drive around town for like hours at a time, like getting way stoned and just delivering shit, stopping at Sonic and like getting a Sonic blast out on the island before we had to drive out to Port A to deliver some documents. Like getting so high and then going to Kiko's and eating like a fucking gut bomb lunch and just being so sleepy and tired.
I want to do that right now.
Yeah. I mean, we got all our shit delivered, so no one really cared. But everyone in the office knew for sure. We were not subtle about it.
Do you know off the top of your head what your least forgiving would be? Like the most demanding right off of the bat?
Least forgiving. I don't know.
Editing the videos for
Yeah.
Shift Work Podcast because he can't forget it himself.
Yeah, I'm a tough boss on myself.
I didn't think of it that way.
And if I don't do it, it'll literally never get done. So this one.
Man, I'm gonna have to cut some shit out of this.
Dude, Garrett sounds like he's fucking ripping a bong right now, but he's just chugging his beverage.
Hey, YouTube, get your shit
Dude,
together.
that fucking smells, you bitch. All right, what is it? Most forgiving and least forgiving? Least forgiving was the shit I did in the fucking desert around the world.
Yeah, no shit.
And most forgiving,
The most forgiving is more tough of a question to answer, I find.
I'll be honest, I never really like purposefully tried to just get away with shit all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know, we've all kind of been like self-employed for some jobs really, and so I tend to say honestly that would be my most forgiving is when I was like running our own fucking gigs with just people doing odd jobs and random shit for them.
Yeah.
But
very true.
Underneath an employer though, I don't know, that's tough.
I thought of a least forgiving. It was when I worked at House of Rock, event staff for like shows and working the door and shit. It was cool. Like they weren't like assholes or anything, but the managers and Casey the owner, he was real not uptight, but he really pushed the cleanliness. Once the bar closed, had to mop the entire venue, clean the bathrooms, and take out dozens and dozens of trash bags and all that shit. But my manager Matt, super cool guy, but yeah, he would just like, oh, bathroom still looks a little. Can you go back there and give it another go? Which, I mean, I get, it's like a venue and a restaurant and all that stuff. There's standards.
Yeah, totally.
Tough work, but good work. Oh, my God. I'll have to get into the night that ICP played. That was a nightmare.
I would have to say, as far as least forgiving, definitely working at Pluckers, which I held 2 positions over the time that I worked there. One of the toughest parts about starting was when the first night that they host trained me. I have no problem talking to people, even in a professional manner, answering phones, whatever. But when you're repeating the same thing, literally 500-600 times a night, and people are yelling at you because their table's not ready, you're trying to explain, you get a real short temper. I had the worst temper of my entire life working there. And the first night that they were training me, they're like, all right, you're going to greet everybody tonight. We'll walk you through the process, yada, yada. After I'd done all my paper training and whatnot the shift before, right when I was about to leave to go to work that day, I was living with some guys I didn't really know. I just moved to Austin, and I hadn't smoked weed in a super, super long time. And I really didn't want to go to work. I was pissed I was working in a restaurant again. And they were smoking a blunt when I was leaving, and they're like, hey, you want to hit this? And I was just like, all right, maybe it'll make work a little smoother. I took one drag, hand it back to him, go about my day. And it had been months since I smoked weed. I don't know how long. And about halfway there, I was like, still climbing, huh? Still going up that little THC mountain. And I'll never forget, we would do these pre-shift meetings before each shift. So you just stand in the back. They're like, hey, we got this going on tonight. You know, Texans are playing, whatever. These are the specials. And I'm standing there, high as fucking balls, angry at myself that I took a hit off the blunt, thinking it would just be, you know, like a little sip, just a little sip of smoke. And right before the meeting's over, they go, oh, yeah, it's Mason's first day on the floor. Mason, where's your dream vacation destination?
Fuck off.
And I said, Portugal. Which there's no reason to not go to Portugal, but it just is what came out of my mouth. And they go, oh, what do you like about Portugal? And I'm so high I couldn't think of a single fucking thing about Portugal. And I just went, just always wanted to go there.
The Armada.
And then I went inside, and I'm like, dude, they're totally going to catch me. And I get an hour or two into my shift. Shout out JoJo. If you're listening to this, you're one of the best coworkers I've ever had in my fucking life. I turned to JoJo. I'm like, JoJo, do I look high? He's like, no, what are you talking about? He was like, you fucked up right now? And I was like, I'm pretty fucked up right now. And it was fine. You know, I got my break, ate, went away. All was good. As far as most forgiving, I don't know. I mean, all jobs have been kind of forgiving at one point. Working at Iconic was definitely the most smooth because it was very much like meetings on Monday, you know, 30 minutes before the day starts. Here's your projects for the week. Get them done by end of Friday, which is great because you can really go at your own pace. You know, you're going to have to help some people with other things. And if you go too fast, they go, oh, shit, you're done for the week. Go home early today. You know, you don't get your hours. And so, you know, I would work on something from 8 to 9:30, make a pot of coffee, drink it, you know, go chain smoke with fucking, you know, the welders in the back. Tried to sell me cocaine. I said no. You know, go eat lunch, get some tacos. It was very laid back. Makes sense as to why they had to lay me off because it just a lot of the time wasn't a crazy amount of shit to do. But thank you for the email. Thank you for the question, George. You know, I worship the altar of XXII Kill a Beast Ponage, so I'm glad you bring it back.
Jesus.
I think in leet speak.
George loves Lonesome Dove, and therefore George and I are cool.
Excited to have George on the show at one point. I've talked to him about it a couple times. Be a fantastic guest. He definitely knows
Let's fucking zoom
shit
that dude.
jobs.
Is Gene Hackman in Lonesome Dove? Or am I thinking of Robert Duvall?
Robert Duvall.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Pretty sure.
I mean, Duvall's definitely in it, and I'm just wondering if Hackman is too. I miss Gene Hackman. Dude, isn't it sad that Gene Hackman's last movie was Welcome to Mooseport?
I don't know who that is or either of those movies.
You
so.
fucking know who Gene Hackman is, bro.
I don't think I do.
I mean, he's kind of like a nondescript old white guy.
Oh, okay. Then probably. It's going to be
Who
me
are you
one day.
thinking of? It's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, no, he's not in it. Yeah, Welcome to Mooseport was the movie where Ray Romano was like living in this little town, and Gene Hackman is the ex-U.S. president, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna run for mayor of this little town, and fuck your bitch. And
Ooh.
Ray Romano's like,
not my town, not my bitch.
Brenda. Dude, my parents fucking loved Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh God.
Not really a fan. However, I did come across a while back the episodes where they go to Italy, and those were super entertaining for whatever reason. And you know that they were just like, oh, the show's successful. Y'all want to go to Italy for 2 months and make, a season of a show.
Frank's the GOAT.
My parents liked it because they always saw it. It kind of mirrored my family in a way. And like, my dad was Ray, and my uncle was his brother, whose name escapes me.
Brad Garrett.
And as a kid, I could see that. And now that I'm older, absolutely fucking not. It's pretty narcissistic of my dad to think of himself as Ray Romano. So, if you're listening, Dad, I'm sure you've gotten this vibe from me before. Don't like you, don't like your judgment. Damn, what you playing with there, buddy?
Dude, I don't know what you got on this fucking blanket, quilt, whatever it is.
Well, I feel like we're running a bit dry.
How long are we at? No, we can't even see.
We got 30 minutes of content. We're good.
Oh, we got an hour.
Most of it's going to be that fucking game show and maybe some shit at the beginning anyways.
Yeah, and I'll chop little pieces like this out.
Little bit chop, little bit screw.
That's fine.
All right, let's hit the outro. Well, all right, everybody. We've reached the end of our shift here. Thank you all for tuning in yet again. I'm going to have some more guests up here pretty soon that I'm sure you all will be very excited about. I'm happy to have Cody on last week.
It was a great episode last week, wasn't it?
I think so too. A little bit of a different vibe, but in a good way.
Got into a lot of cool shit.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all. We will see you next week. Keep punching that card.
Keep punching that card.
Keep working real hard. Keep punching that card. Shift, work, shift, work.